lovelies, and welcome back to this channel. If you're new here, my name is Billonaires channel. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload a video, you will be the first person to be notified. And to my returning subscribers, those people that share my videos and also educate you guys are the real MVP. Alright lovelies, let's dive in into today's video. So lovelies, I came across this video on my For You page on TikTok and I thought to share with you guys where this brother actually shares that billionaires are actually creating a new slave class in America to do the human experiments with AI. And this actually got me thinking because, this AI everything had actually been trending and I was able to put up his stage and some of others' stage. I'm just going to roll it. Please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. Alright lovelies, let's dive into it.
This is going to make me sound crazy, but I'm going to try to give you as much information as it's going to take so it makes sense. The wealthy don't want to go to Mars. The wealthy want to live forever. At least the ultra wealthy want to live forever. The only way they can do that is by finding a way to merge consciousness, human consciousness, with technology that can last forever as long as it is maintained, at least forever in this Earth experience we're living in. The reason why, now I'm saying this is years in the making. The reason why homelessness is being criminalized, the reason why rent prices are going up, the reason why jobs are not hiring or paying properly, the reason why all of this anti-human rights stuff is happening is so the wealthy can replace the middle class that they've created and then place them beneath the poverty class and create a class of people that is justified in being dehumanized. Whether that's the houseless, whether that's those in prison, whether that's those who are, need some kind of support and they aren't getting it, so they're reacting in a way that gets them punished. Like, we are creating a slave class right now. And what's even scarier about that is I don't know how many of you guys do any kind of research on indigenous history. And I don't know if how many of you guys heard the news story about how many of the indigenous children were found beneath a Catholic school in like Canada or some shit. A brief history, at least my understanding, is that as these children were stripped from their communities and their tribes, they were taken and used in human experiments. And some of those human experiments are the reason why we have the nutritional standards that we have today. Mind you, this was a class of people that was justified to be dehumanized under the guise or the sake of manifest destiny and the desire to create this white man's America. Do you see how people can become demons when you just turn their perspective to justifying atrocious acts? Okay? How does this all connect? Wealthy people are not only creating a slave class, but they're creating a class of people that you can justify in dehumanizing as long as you can meet the social standard and the social acceptability window, which is increasingly closing. So they can justify doing human experiments, attempting to turn human beings into cyborgs, or at least attempting to figure out how to merge the AI technology with human beings, discarding all the people that they, fail upon. But it's okay because they were already homeless, or they were already neurodivergent, or they were already gay, or they were already this. Are you seeing? Is it starting to make sense now? Why they get you, everyday people, to hate other everyday people? Because one day we're going to need you to sell out other everyday people to be used in experiments for projects that are ridiculous that wealthy people want to try, but they don't want to try on themselves because they're only going to try it on themselves when it's successful and when it's at a point where only they can access this kind of technology, and then they enslave the rest of us to make sure that this is a reality that they only have access to for as long as possible. While getting us to continue to allow the process of this happening by saying that, oh, you're going to have VR worlds to go to, and you're going to have AI servants that you can talk to. You're going to have little humanoid Alexas serving you. No, none of that's real, bro. I'm starting to realize like none of this AI wave shit is real for any of us everyday people. If you aren't a millionaire right now, bro, I'm telling you, like, you might not be a human in the next 20 years.
What sort of jobs would be lost to AI?
Basically chauffeurs, truck drivers, and many jobs that seem a little bit complex. Chef, waiter, a lot of things will become automated. We'll have automated stores, automated restaurants, and altogether in 15 years, that's going to displace about 40% of jobs in the world.
40% of jobs in the world will be displaced by technology?
I would say displaceable.
In the case of dogs, for example, dogs come in so many. So AI is going to be taking a lot of jobs this year, 2024, and it's going to be affecting all industries. It's going to be hitting the white collar industries the most, and then working its way down to the blue collar industries once robotics start to catch up. Basically, no one is immune. So this brought up a question which somebody asked me a few days ago, saying, what is the best industry? Where should I be focusing? Where should I be reskilling into? What should I be trying to do in order to stay safe from the advances in AI? And it's a really good question and a really good thought experiment. So I actually asked a bunch of experts, and the best answer we could come up with might surprise you, but this was a dog groomer. So the reason for this is that there's a couple of things that make a job very prone to be taken by AI. The first of all is if it's cognitive rather than physical. So anything that's to do with thought can generally be more easily taken than something that is manual. The reason for this is that robotics is currently way behind AI in terms of development. So robotics, while it's getting more advanced, it's too expensive to deploy in an everyday sense. So you'll see expensive surgery, robotic arms, for example, but we don't yet have robotic helpers in our house, if you excuse the Roomba, which doesn't quite count. So anything that is physical tends to be safer than something that is more cognitive. Now, the second thing is it shouldn't be algorithmic. Something that is algorithmic can be broken down into a set of steps very easily. This, again, tends to affect knowledge work the most. So something like programming or data inputting, or something like law, legal discovery, going through a bunch of notes and pulling out the exact information you need. That is algorithmic because it has a set of steps, and therefore AI is really good at it. Now, in the case of dogs, for example, dogs come in so many different shapes and sizes that it's actually really hard to pin down the exact set of steps for shaving or cutting and shampooing a dog because they are all different sizes. This is why dog groom is actually a better example of a job that cannot be taken by AI than a hairdresser. And with a hairdresser, once we have the technology, the robotics technology that can work on somebody's hair, and once we've got the human sitting still enough, all human heads are roughly the same shape and size, and therefore the robotic arm will be able to do its work on them. Dogs are not that at all. Dogs are, they come in all different shapes and sizes. It's less algorithmic, it's less consistent, it's more chaotic. And the third thing is empathy, being able to calm and communicate and get someone to settle down. Again, in something like hairdressing, this is really useful. If you have a robotic hairdresser that is snipping away with sharp tongs, you need to be able to calm down the subject. And AIs are not necessarily very good at that. It will just tell someone to calm down and not necessarily be able to pick up on whether they have or not. And then the person's going to jerk, or the dog is going to jerk, and the robotic arm is going to cut them. So being able to emphasize and calm down a dog, or human being if it's a hairdressing human, is another skill that is better for humans to be doing than AIs at the moment. So for this reason, dog groomer is one of the best examples of a job that is immune to AI. That doesn't mean you should all become dog groomers, but the framework that we've used here of stuff that is manual, stuff that is non-algorithmic, and stuff that requires empathy and communication, this is a good framework with which to look at any job out there and try and work out whether it can be protected from AI or whether it's more susceptible to being automated.
Like,
So
seriously, lovelies, all of these things are just something that a lot of us need to actually sit down and think, like, what is actually happening with the rate at which this AI of a thing is going about, like the way at which, in the fast at which is coming to reality, is something that, you all have to just sit and reason what is happening. Why are they doing what they are doing? Why are they all bent on, making this AI of a thing, something that is to come to reality? And I've seen a lot of, people making videos concerning these AIs, taking up jobs, taking up, trying to make human not to actually have something like to look up to, like a job, and what have you. If these people, let's just assume that these people succeeded in creating or generating these AIs that eventually take about 40% of human jobs, maybe. So what happens to human? Like, what happens to the middle class and the poor people? Like, how would they survive? How would they survive? It has already started. Like, there are some jobs, there are some hotels right now that you will go to. The people that serves you, the waitress there, are not even human anymore. They are AI generated. And it actually baffles me that something that was, talked about years back is actually coming to reality. And the way it is, I feel that it's going to affect the human and the way at which human, survive. Because if these AIs of, decided that they're going to take all the jobs, like 50% of the jobs that is run by human, then how would humans survive? There is an article that I saw, someone was talking about how they can take over industries, hotels, grocery stores, and all of that. And I keep on asking myself, if these AIs decide to take over everything, both industries and all of that, shopping malls, how would, a human being who does not have a job, get money to go to these stores, to go to these, stores run by AI generators? How would this human being get the money to go there? Because a job provides money, and with money you can go for a goods and services. So these people should really think. That means they actually want to divide this world between the super rich and the super poor. That is the way it is. Because if these AIs of a thing should take, like most of the jobs, I even saw an article that it's going to affect even the medical sector. That means, what would not happen to human? How would human beings survive? How would they survive? And this is a propaganda, just like the way at which the brother that I stitched his video, explained. This is a propaganda that is being, conjoined by these greedy billionaires and all of that. Like, they want to make a world whereby there will be rich people that will live longer, survive in any kind of, because definitely, the AI is there. Then another world with some super pro people that is definitely going to survive, maybe with farm works, going to farm, because if you don't have a job, you don't have money to go to these groceries, the only thing you have to do is to, produce your own food to survive. Is to produce your own food. So they are just trying to create a life for, this is not even the issue of race anymore. It's the battle of the rich and the poor. And these graded people, it has been circulating all over social media. People have been talking about it. A lot of people are just being, oh, what kind of job should I maybe venture into that won't be taken away from, from this AI? Like, jobs are going to be so competitive. Like, this is a battle of human and AIs. Like, I don't understand. This AI thing is something that they need to reconsider, because the way at which they want to make this world is not going to affect a particular set of people. It's only going to affect the middle class and the poor. Like, seriously, when I saw this, I was like, wow. Because I have been seeing these AI generators, on my For You page on TikTok, and the way at which people are so feared, about it. And people have not really given concern about, just look at it. It's coming to reality. It's coming to, there are more, there are so many issues that people are not even, trying to look into, that is gradually coming to our faces, and we don't know until when we are taken unaware. Anyway, when I saw this video, I was like, why not me just put it up here for us to still think and still, have it at the back of our mind that there should be a plan B just in case, because nobody knows. This, when the world is filled with greedy, selfish people, this is just what you will be saying. Anyway, lovelies, why not just leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video, and please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying, harassment, or whatsoever. We're just here for educational and informative purposes. So please subscribe if you're here to do that, like, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next Watch up to this extent. Thank you so much for all the love and support. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, share this video, leave a thought in the comment section, and I will see you lovelies when I upload